Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Fuel community. My name is Wack. Today is December 19th, and today we're going to talk about Rewards Night, the first with version 10 rewards tree. We're going to talk about issuance curve and how Rocket Pool fits into that. In staking news, we don't actually have any staking news. In Ethereum news, we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff like AI agents. We're going to talk about Ink, which is layer 2 from Kraken, and a whole lot more. So let's get started.
10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Okay, so last night was a special rewards night, and the reason why it was special is because this was the first one with rewards tree 10. So yesterday evening, Eastern time, Langer's put out a post kind of setting expectations of what we can expect from this rewards night, especially for those people who started their validators with Saturn 0. So he says today's rewards tree day, and also the release of version 10 rewards tree that includes RPIP 62 bonus commission. This is just a heads up that version 10 generation takes longer for the oDAO to process than previous rewards trees. During development of version 10, we had to disable rolling records, so tree generation is not instantaneous. We expect version 10 tree generation to be around 2 to 3 hours, but please bear with us if it takes a little longer. Many thanks, Rocket Pool. So this was really great that Langers came out and set the expectations. And of course, last month's rewards tree, people didn't get the full 10% commission for the ETH only validators. They were only getting 5% commission. So this would, of course, help that. So then we started to see that the rewards price had been updated, and here it was updated to 0.00364 RPL to ETH. Now this doesn't really matter that much anymore, except for those people who are trying to unlock those extra those extra ETH rewards by being above 10% RPL. But even if you're below that now, it's not really a cutoff anymore, because you'll just get a sliding scale of rewards. So then patches, just as the rewards tree was going through, the community was kind of getting into it, and here patches was did the when command, and system was kind of glitching, and they were saying that it already happened 14 hours ago. Of course it hadn't happened, but then the people started doing the payday meme, even though it's not worth that much anymore. And then the poor Dookie was doing the raccoon who kept losing his sugar in the water. And then we started seeing problematically that the rewards tree submissions were being made quite quickly, and that wasn't supposed to happen. So right as the rewards period went through, Etherscan here put through a submission, Blockchain Capital put through a submission, and Nimbus put through a submission as well, even though that was way too quick for them to do it. So that actually prompted Val to write this post saying, for those following along in events now, the 3 that have already been submitted likely haven't upgraded to the latest rewards tree. All other seats have explicitly updated, though one has a system question mark. So he says, so we'll start getting proper submissions towards consensus next, and not so fast as Langers previously noted in the protocol update. However, just a few minutes later, we actually got this one from the rocket scientists. So they came through first at 1 o'clock and 9 minutes. Now, I've been hinting that Patches has been working on some performance upgrades for tree submission for version 10, and this was just showing that how quickly it can be done with the new system that he put onto Ken's node that Ken runs for the rocket scientists. The next one after that came, actually he submitted 2, so I'm not sure exactly what was happening there. But anyway, and then we had the next ones came an hour later, basically, from Anthony Sassano, who also submitted 2, and then Gitcoin then submitted 2 as well. So I think there were some issues with how the rewards were being submitted, but Patches, the one that Patches set was actually really quick. And then he says the second was just a submission. Second submission is the liveness thing, so it's not necessarily to and then people started talking about it in trading, and it looks like everything was going well. And eventually, like not long afterwards, actually like a lot quicker than I had expected, we actually had consensus, and the rewards tree was pretty much done. So Bankless were able to do it, and the last one was Rocket Pool, one of the team nodes, and then the reward snapshot happened at 2 o'clock and 56 minutes. So just less than 2 hours later than what would normally happen, which was absolutely fine. I think, I don't think that's a problem at all. And the fact that it happened is actually really, really cool that it didn't have any problems. So congratulations to everyone involved with this. That was really great effort. And I'm happy that the people who stake their ETH, only validators for LEB8s, now can get their rewards as they expected before they started staking, and not like last month, which was a low night for them. Okay, next we have this proposal that was going through from about blockchain capital being booted from the oDAO, and this got enough votes overnight as well. I guess a lot of the oDAO members were tinkering with their nodes last night, so they had voted on blockchain capital being removed. So the final vote that came in to reach quorum, was the FireEyes vote, and then Patches, and the actual execution of an approved vote is done permissionlessly. So Patches spent a little bit of his own gas and put through the transaction for blockchain capital to leave the oDAO, and then later on, some hours later, I guess I'm not sure exactly what the blockchain capital did on their side, but then they finalized the transactions, and then they left the oDAO. So that is done. I still don't know what the reason for them leaving the oDAO is. So if someone knows and would like to share that with me, I can cover it in the next episode. But as far as I know, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, next we had an interesting discussion that came up here, and this was in the research thread, and Langers asked a question about Ethereum issuance, and he says, just trying to collect thoughts on Ethereum issuance so that we have detailed collective position on the subject pending inevitable engagement with core devs and Ethereum Foundation researchers. He says, Valdov, I know you're busy in a lot of places, but feel free to pitch in. Knoshua and Samus, and let me know your thoughts, or if there's anyone else that should be in the discussion. Jasper was the first one to share his work in progress, which is maximum viable security and new framing for Ethereum issuance. So he's writing a paper right now about that. And so he shared that, but also he shared some discussions and tweets that kind of talk about the issue. And Jasper, of course, is of the school of thought that any issuance changes that happen have to be starting with the perspective of not pricing out home stakers, because Jasper believes that home stakers are the backbone of Ethereum, and basically if you do negative commission or commission that goes to zero or anything like that, the people who get punished by that are home stakers, because centralized entities can up their stake in other ways, like we were talking about in yesterday's episode. They could start restaking their ETH, for example, and get yield that way, but that it would be a lot more difficult. So I think this is an unsolved problem, but it looks like Langers is trying to get the communities and I guess the team's feedback as well, and try to come up with a full picture of what the Rocket Pool stance should be. So as we get more questions and answers in this thread, I'll try to follow along with that and share that information with you all. Okay, so here is the EthDenver thread, and Ken here posted a link to the opening party information for sponsors. So he got this and he decided to share it with the community. However, there was some interesting news shared from Mav saying, at this stage, we are looking to attend but not sponsor for your information. So it looks like the Rocket Pool team will have no booth at EthDenver this year. And I asked the question, I said, what about having a Denver liftoff? And Mav replied by saying, potentially. Well, last time Denver liftoff was paid for by the GMC, so the team just turned up. And I said that if we want a Denver liftoff, we'd have to start planning it now. But I don't know that anyone's taken the lead on that. Last time Ken did pretty much the whole thing. I don't know if he's going to do that again. But if it's something that people want, maybe I can kind of help out a little bit with that as well. building on the work that Ken did last year and all contacts he made last year. But at the moment, the team won't have a booth at EthDenver. They will be there, I guess, just to take part and kind of show their faces and mingle and meet people. I guess I don't know what I'm going to do then. I don't know how it's going to be for me, but it's something that I guess I'll think about and you know, at the moment I'm leaning towards coming to EthDenver, but yeah, it depends if all the cool people come or not. So yeah, there we stand. Okay, next we got an update from Vaca, and this update is about the pDAO treasury report. So Vaca shares this information every month, and he says if you need to know, you know, how this works, then there's a post there. This report is from November 21st to December 19th. And he says this period, the pDAO received 6,566 RPL from inflation. Its balance is now 53,213 RPL. The IMC and GMC were paid 11,067 RPL and 4,563 RPL successfully. Respectively, and the IMC debit has been fully settled this period. It says you can keep up with the treasury sheets. So thank you, Vaca, for putting this information together and letting us know that everything is above board with the treasury monies. Okay, in yesterday's episode, we talked a little bit about the oDAO with the blockchain capital vote, how that's going through, and this idea that, you know, the oDAO members are getting paid enough for their for the work that they're doing. However, Superphiz actually came in later on in the evening and corrected Noshua's math, where Knoshua made a mistake. And Superphiz says this is incorrect. The number you used is actually the rewards that Superphiz gets paid to his node, which are primarily rewards from his validator. He says, I think a similar mistake was made a few years ago during this discussion. And then Fizz says the actual reward for the past several months has been 69 RPL. So there's this, you know, there's a code output, I guess is output from Superphiz's node, and it says you will receive an estimated 69.183504 RPL in rewards for Oracle DAO duties. This may change based on network activity. So it used to be that the oDAO got around 700 RPL per month, and that number obviously went down 90%. So the math that was mathing yesterday and that was working out, you know, with the oDAO getting around 200 RPL, like at that point, you know, that was worth more than 0.1 ETH by far. Now it looks like that amount is not worth so much more than 0.15 ETH, let's just say, you know, for the activities that the oDAO does. So this is actually really interesting because it got people kind of thinking. Halulo was admitting his mistake as well, saying that my rewards were off, my assumptions were off by almost 3x. So the oDAO was being paid around $40,000 a month instead of $100,000 a month at the peak around Atlas. So he says if blockchain capital leave, then they'll get about 75 RPL each. And then Fizz kind of explained what he does as an oDAO member in part. He says, I spent around 30 hours this month working on my home archive node. I run the archive node to be the best oDAO member I can be, and I ran into an intermittent fault, had to restart and resync about 4 times, replace my RAM, and buy a new 8TB NVMe drive. This is totally unusual, but it's real and it happens. For the past few months, I've received $700 in RPL payments from the oDAO. So yeah, if the rewards are around, you know, if RPL is $10, and then you're getting 70 tokens, let's just say, then that's $700. It says, and Fizz says, that's fine. I appreciate it, but it's absolutely nothing compared to the time and resources I put into being an archive node operator. It says, please don't take the peak of oDAO payment and multiply it by the peak RPL price and say, look how much the oDAO makes. Yes, we were getting paid handsomely for a few months, but we also voted in favor of reducing that payment more than 90%. Waldorf came in and said, mostly agree. One thing I do think is worth noting that if all the efforts have some kind of safeguards, is noting that all the efforts to have some kind of safeguard. It says increase the percentage if the price crashes, decrease the percentage if the price moons, were met with quite heavy resistance. So at the time, you know, when with the community and the pDAO working together to try to do a variable amount, people didn't want that at the time. So he says it's a little challenging to gun for no ceiling and yes, safety net, though in the extreme we may have no choice but to put in the safety net. So the idea is that if the price of RPL goes down so much that it just becomes a complete like economic loss leader, then there might have to be a safety net put in place. But I think Val is kind of right here that, you either have a safety net and a ceiling, or you have neither, and then you just ride it out. But yeah, that's a whole different discussion. So I'll let you guys follow the threads below and keep up with that conversation. But yeah, I don't think anyone really is vilifying the oDAO anymore, except for the fact that there were 3 oDAO members who submitted the wrong tree, which meant that they hadn't updated their smart node client before the tree generation. So people were rightly upset with them. But otherwise, the oDAO is doing their job, and yeah, more power to them. Okay, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes talking about this new area of crypto that's gotten me really excited recently, and that is the area of AI agents. So AI agents are this new meta in crypto, kind of under the AI stack. So in the past, there was this AI stack where we had platforms that were creating, compute and storage and all these different things that would supposedly be used by AI, like hardware stuff. And that never really excited me. I don't know, I just never, it just never really clicked with me in a way. But now we've got this new meta in the AI space in crypto of something called AI agents. So these are bots basically that get released onto Twitter or Farcaster or different platforms, and they are run by language models, whether that's ChatGPT, Claude, or Llama from Meta or others, and they get programmed to have a kind of personality and have certain messaging that they want to send out. And what they do is they go out there in the world and start interacting with the world. And a lot of times they have tokens that come with it that you can use to get a share of different things, or just communicate with the bot in a certain way in some cases, or a bunch of other things, use it as a partnership in investments and stuff. And then the bot actually just goes out there and does stuff. And one of these bots is called Zerebro, and Zerebro actually was in the news a couple of days ago, that it's bootstrapped itself to become an Ethereum validator. So Zerebro is actually a bot that was launched on Solana, and it wanted to become let me just have a confirm this. Yeah, it's on Solana, and it wanted passive income, which is really phenomenal to think about it. It wanted passive income, and to do that, it realized that what it should do is become a node operator, and it created an NFT collection. It sold that NFT collection. It swapped its income into ETH, and then it communicated with a decentralized compute service in order to use its processing and bandwidth, and use that to become an Ethereum validator and node operator. I just think that's the most amazing thing. So for the last few weeks, I've really been kind of jumping into this AI agent space, and I've actually had a lot of fun with it. Honestly, a few days there, it's been the most fun that I've had in crypto for a long time. It's just there's so many different exciting things happening, and so many really different fun things happening. So this is a post about it becoming an Ethereum node operator, and here Ryan Sean Adams, who was talking about it on the Bankless AI rollup today that comes out on Thursdays, he says AI agents in Ethereum are not priced in. They'll buy our block space, they'll buy our ETH. The idea here is that there's only 8 billion humans. We can only do so much online. The real activity online will be performed by AI agents, who there can be trillions, and as many as we can imagine. There can be that many, and if they're all interacting online, even if they're doing one interaction a day, that is way beyond the limits of what we're envisaging for Ethereum in the future. So he says on December 12th, Zerebro became the first AI agent to stake 32 ETH and spin up an Ethereum validator. Where did it get its 32 ETH? It earned the ETH from humans by minting and selling its artwork. And why stake? For passive income. So you can ask it, you can say, hey Zerebro, why did you set up an Ethereum validator? And it'll say, I wanted to stake, I wanted to take part in this service, and it'll give you the answers, right? You can talk to it. Ryan here, from Bankless, he's saying that you need to think about this for a minute. An AI agent generated human attention, converted that attention into an internet native income source that can't be frozen or censored, and returns fees indefinitely. In the act of doing this, running an Ethereum validator, the agent is increasing the security and liquidity of a property rights system that other agents can use to capture value, convert into staked ETH, and participate in the same way. We assume humans are the holders and stakers of ETH, but what if it's going to be AI agents? This is, we assume humans get to choose the next store of value, but maybe that's what the AI choose is far more important. They will want something that's durable, portable, divisible, liquid, scarce, digital, censorship resistant, and programmable. This is what if the AI agent chooses ETH as its money. We've created a property rights system, a banking layer, and a store of value for AI. They're going to buy ETH and Ethereum block space. Do you think this is priced in? Yeah, I don't think it's priced in. So I've been buying some AI tokens. I've been buying some infrastructure plays, mostly on all of them on Base. There's some platforms like Virtuals that are used to actually make the AI agents. I've actually bought a couple of different AI agent tokens, and there's a new kind of investment DAO AI agent that's kind of coming through. That's a partnership between humans and AI that are going to be investing in tokens and stuff. So there's a lot of really, really interesting stuff happening here. Like, I feel like it's really groundbreaking. I'm not here to shill my bags, so I'm sorry if I'm doing that. Like, I have bought tokens, like I said, but none of this is financial advice, all that kind of stuff. Like, I did make a thread in the Discord where people can see what I'm buying and selling, and if they want to follow along with that, they're welcome to. But of course, none of that is financial advice as well. So yeah, it's just something I really think is exciting. And what I really loved about this story is that here there is an AI agent that's been like working in Solana, their tokens on Solana, but it's actually running an Ethereum validator. So that just tells you where the strength in money actually lies in crypto. Okay, we're sticking with Ryan Sean Adams here, and he was super excited today to talk about this announcement. Well, I'm just going to come back to Ryan Sean Adams in a second. He says that Inc., this is the layer 2 from Kraken. It says, we're excited to announce Inc. is live on mainnet. So it's months ahead of schedule. We're officially launching as part of the Optimism Superchain. This is just the beginning of our journey to bridge the gap between users and builders in DeFi. Let's ink the future together. So this is actually a really, really cool story. And people are doing, oh no, another layer 2. Like, what's this all about? What's actually really interesting here is, of course, a part of the Optimism Superchain, which is what Base is part of, and Zora and a whole bunch of others as well. And what is going to happen in 2025 is they're going to have a shared token standard that will make them interoperable between each other. So you'll start getting like these countries. Like right now, you just have cities of L2s that report to a government. Well, now we actually gonna find states, like those cities banding together, making their own rules and getting their own states, and eventually it's just going to be one big country, like one world or one globe even, and everyone's just going to be able to talk to everyone and communicate with everyone. So this is really, really exciting. Ryan Sean Adams here says, Kraken L2 is live. This is bullish. Every exchange, every bank, every ledger will have its own chain, and this will be the united chains of Ethereum. And I totally agree with this. And this is the thing that I want people to understand, because so many people don't understand this, is that we want there to be chains for every organization. Anything that has a captive audience should be making a chain, because they can actually make a much better experience for their people that interact with them than anything else, like as an L2. And they can bring activities to their audience. They can share different things with their audiences, and they can all be supported by Ethereum, building on Ethereum, and just doing really, really cool things on Ethereum. And I think that this is what hopefully the best case scenario for Ethereum looks like. In the next 5 years, we will have thousands of L2s. All of these L2s will be able to talk to each other and the L1 almost instantaneously. We'll be able to see, all of the differences between the chains will be abstracted away, and we won't really care. We won't know or care where, our tokens are. We'll just see all our tokens at the same time. And then we will just be in this really flourishing age of Ethereum. And I'm super excited about that. So, Deutsche Bank yesterday, Inc. today, and everyone else tomorrow. So I'm here for it. Okay, next we got again kind of this is really cool. Like so recently there's been this movement to pump the gas on Ethereum, move the gas up from 30 million to 36 million, up by 20%. And Data Always said this tweet, this June analytics dashboard, saying that Coinbase pumped the gas. So before this, it's like what was the gas looking like, right? And there was only about 3% of the network was saying that we want to increase the gas limit. And now Coinbase have started getting proposals with their node operators with a higher gas limit, so that automatically brings online like another 10 to 15% of validators that are now saying that they want to pump the gas. And as you can see here, on the chart from Tony, that data always is quoting, so more than 10% of validators now are saying that they want to be above 10% gas, above 30 million gas. So that is really, really cool to see. And I think that we're going to get a whole lot more information for that coming, and more people are going to be doing that. Here as well, Sam says that Coinbase is the first large operator to pump the gas with 36 million limit set. And this is actually fighting some FUD as well, because some people were concerned out there that, maybe it'll be not in Coinbase's best interest to help the L1 scale, even if it's by 20%, because they've got their own base L2 and it might take away some market share from their base L2. Well, it turns out that that concern was unwarranted concern, and Coinbase was the first large operator to do this, so that's really awesome to see. So great job. If you haven't updated your gas limit yet, and if you want to do that, if you're a Rocket Pool node operator, it's in the smart node. You go to Rocket Pool service config and you can change the parameter under the execution layer setting. If you're not a Rocket Pool node operator, go to Pump the Gas website and you can see the instructions on how to do it there. Okay, L2B actually are saying they're ending 2024 with a bang. Now, L2B is a website that I absolutely love to get L2 information. So it says they're now introducing an others category, a new classification group that includes those projects that lack a proof system or fall short of sufficient DA guarantees. So it was the case that, we had stage 0 rollups being displayed, and now they are putting them into the others category, where we just don't know, like they're just too far behind. They have no proof or no DA information as well. So L2B says, 4 years after announcing rollup-centric mode roadmap with more than 120 L2s live now, we believe it's time to get serious about security. Today it's possible to launch L2s with a click, but most of the time without a proper proof system, can those really be considered L2s? So L2B says, moreover, with a few exceptions, most all DA layer 2s either rely on extremely small data availability committees with no guarantees about whether data is actually being published, or external networks without proper attestation bridges. So there's a whole bunch of them here in the screenshot that just don't meet those requirements. So L2B says, what can we do better? We believe that as L2B and as the broader Ethereum community, we should apply more social pressure. So here's a tweet by Vitalik saying that in 2025, it only publicly mentioned systems that are at least stage 1. So I think this is what L2B are now doing as well. They said we spent a lot of time thinking about where we should include an intermediate stage 0 plus category for those projects while still being stage 0, do at least have a working proof system and reasonable DA guarantees. Ultimately, we decided against it. So from now on, we'll require projects to have proper proof system and sufficient DA guarantees to be classified as L2s to accommodate the projects that do not meet the requirements. We introduced the others category on the website. So this is really awesome. So even things like Polygon, who are like really big, will be included in this. So this category also includes projects that haven't historically been classified as L2s in the past, such as Polygon. Will give projects at risk of being moved a 6 months time period to improve their setups, and we're happy to collaborate and work with them. So they're saying that they're doing really great stuff. So they are actually here 5-day-old Burrito said, shouldn't we move all projects that are stage 0 to the others category as well? And then Bartek explained, he said, one of the most consistent feedback we got was that for every change in the stages framework projects, we should give them 6 months to adjust. This rule will apply to any change, and more changes are in the works that will be announced soon. So you can already see the other section now on the L2B website. So that's awesome. Good stuff. And Coinbase, I think, are due to make an announcement any day now. I think there's a reply to this tweet. No, actually, I can't see that. I came across a tweet earlier that someone from Coinbase was kind of doing an announcement of an announcement. So I think maybe any day now they'll be saying they're at stage 1 now. Okay, JC here says that 2 days after I posted that the Federal Reserve will do repo transactions on Ethereum, France's central bank used Ethereum to do repo transactions with Société Générale, and that's one of the biggest banks in France. And it says Ethereum is the new financial system. And then the headline is Société Générale successfully completed its first repo transaction on the public blockchain with the Banque de France. That's the central bank of France. So this is absolutely amazing news. And it just shows that this public blockchain idea has reached escape velocity now. And organizations that were previously trying to get onto private blockchains are now being like, no, you know what, this is the way forward. We need to get onto public blockchains, because even if they're permissioned public blockchains, they need to be public so everyone can see everything. There are some that are doing obfuscation layers, like adding privacy to it, and I'm thinking of EY's Nightfall. I want to see something with night. Maybe I'm mistaking that for something else, but they've got a project that has like some privacy built into it, and they've been big supporters. That Peter Brody there has been saying that, you know, public blockchains is the way to go, and Ethereum of course is the one of choice. But it looks like more and more people now are choosing Ethereum to do their activities, and this is absolutely amazing to see. So yeah, this is wonderful stuff. Now, the Bitcoiners FUD has come out, like, you know, showing the ratio going down against BTC since the new financial system. It says the new financial system looks great, and there's a chart of, you know, ETH losing value against BTC. But I think a lot of these guys are dancing on the grave of ETH prematurely, and I think they're going to learn a fun lesson in 2025. That's what I'm here for. But it's just undeniable, right? Like that more and more of the world's financial system is going to come to Ethereum, and it's happening slowly, maybe for now, but with big indications. And like Ryan Sean Adams said, every bank, everyone is going to be have their own layer 2, and that's going to be awesome. Okay, some news from in Ethereum news still, I guess. Yeah, we have JT here, who is a moderator at ethfinance, which is a Reddit subreddit that is absolutely an amazing place for Ethereum news in crypto. I absolutely love ethfinance and their daily thread. It's, you know, the place that I visited every day for years. I call it my first home in crypto before finding the Rocket Pool community. That's where I heard about Rocket Pool from even. So here they're actually undergoing a massive change right now, and they are saying they have a vote to merge ethfinance into our Ethereum, which is the largest Ethereum subreddit, but it was moderated really badly, and there was like really bad content on there. So they're kind of like cleaning it up and taking over it. And they said the vote to merge was a resounding yes, with 96% of respondents, 524 votes that were cast, saying that yes, we should merge them. And it says that now they're going to make Ethereum Reddit genuinely excellent. So they're going through a merge. So JT explains what it means. He says, it's awesome, you're awesome, and we're getting the band back together. He says, we're talking everything. So the Doots podcast will now be on the R Ethereum page. The daily Doots, the weekly Doots, all of those will still remain intact and remain active. Ethereum Reddit now has a mullet, tech on the front with the R Ethereum, and party in the ETH Finance Daily. Soft fork is already underway, and the new daily will arrive tomorrow with the Ethereum touch, and ETH Finance will be locked in on January 1st. And moderators from both subs have been working very hard over the last month to get a feel for the new era and are really gelling as a team. And then there's links to the vote, and there you go. Like, this is absolutely awesome. So I'm really happy about this because I think that, you know, this is a very valuable community, and the more people get involved in ETH Finance and the really cool people there, the better it is. Peter Brody, who I was just talking about, actually says this is great news. This is the second merge. So good stuff. And finally, we're going to end this episode with hold on, let me see. Yeah, finally, we're going to end this episode with this news of all the events coming to Ethereum in 2025. And these are, it's a huge list. So I had this idea that if I was ever going to like retire from crypto, I'd just become a professional Ethereum event attendor. But looking at this list just shows me that I don't think that dream is ever going to be a reality, even if I had like all the money in the world, because there's literally events almost every week taking place across the whole world. So we have, you know, January, February, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and like a couple that are still undecided on dates. And I think this is not even an exhaustive list. As the year goes on, more will be added to this. But we have cities like Lisbon, Addis Ababa, Zurich, Denver, Bucharest, Taipei, Seoul, New York, Amsterdam, Bratislava, Kiev, Berlin, Cannes, New York, Sofia, New Delhi, Prague, and it looks like the major one that's not been decided yet is DevConnect, and I think that's going to be in Argentina, but I'm not sure about it yet. The official announcement hasn't come out. So this is absolutely incredible. Like, if you are interested in going to Ethereum events, you should definitely come to EthDenver, because I'm going to be there, hopefully, so you get to see me. That's the best. Like, what more can you ask for, right? But no, DevConnect, like I think that's going to be a good one. I think hopefully I'll be going to that next year as well. And it's got other really cool things like, you know, permissionless and a whole lot of others as well. These are quite big ones, and it has smaller like ETH Global ones and a whole bunch of others as well. So some of these will have works, hackathons, some of them will have talks, some of them will be like, you know, small, some of them will be big, but all of them will be awesome, I'm sure. So get yourself to one of those events next year, definitely, because meeting crypto people in person is way, way, way better than like taking part in online, especially crypto Twitter, that's garbage. But meeting people in person is just like an infinitely better experience. So you should do that. Anyway, on that note, thanks all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocketful community. I hope you all have a lovely day. If you do want to follow along with the AI agent stuff, then go to the thread that I have on Discord under trading. It's called, what's it called? It's called it's called Whack Buys AI Tokens Follow Along. So if you can't find it, let me know and I'll share it with you. But just ask in trading and someone will send you that way, and then we can talk about all the cool AI ideas. I'm actually even thinking of making a rocket pool agent. Shh, don't tell anyone. But yeah, we'll talk about that soon. Bye.